CBS 12 News starts now with breaking news.
Breaking at 11 tonight, the weekend wrapping up with yet another round of wicked weather. Check this out. Strong storms, large lightning bolts, whipping winds all around our area, also causing some big-time disappointment for fans over at SunFest. Did you see that lightning right there? Now, one of tonight's big headlines at SunFest forced to scrap their show. Now, let's go ahead right now and take a look at Storm Track Radar. This is what it looked like at the height of the storms this afternoon. You can see literally hundreds of lightning strikes.
But this is my house. And oh my God.
Yeah, talk about scary, right? CBS 12 News viewer Erica Height capturing that bolt of lightning this afternoon in Boynton Beach. And take a look at those heavy rains and the wicked winds, almost zero visibility there. This video from our viewer Janet, thank you, from Port St. Lucie. Now go ahead and take a look at the damage from the St. Lucie Fire District. Pictures just into the newsroom, the roof from a back porch blowing off, damaging two nearby homes. Now, this is in the 1900 block of Dunbrook Circle. The good thing, though, no one hurt. Let's get right to CBS 12 Storm Track meteorologist Michael Ehrenberg. Michael, the big question tonight, is it over?
Yes, it is, Paul, but more storms likely tomorrow. Take a look at this picture from Port St. Lucie. This is a trampoline which was flipped over by the wind into the area behind this person's house. Thanks so much to Katie Allen of Port St. Lucie for sending us this picture. A lot of rain with this. Jupiter 2 inches this afternoon. West Palm Beach at the Grassy Waters Preserve about 1.5 inches, 1.36 inches there in Boynton Beach, and Boca Raton more than 1 inch as well. All quiet, all dry on the radar. Will stay that way for the rest of this evening and tonight. And for tomorrow, your Monday morning commute, I think it's good. The sun will be out. Sunny to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will start in the mid-70s. We'll be in the 80s by 10 o'clock, and by noon, we're at 85 degrees. And yeah, once again, with a southwest to northeast steering flow, showers and storms will fire up and could be heavy again during the afternoon and evening hours. Coming up in minutes, we'll time out the storms tomorrow to your neighborhood. We'll take a look at specific weather impacts that you can expect. And we're also timing out lowering rain chances in the 7-day when I return a little bit later on. Paul.
We'll see that, Michael. Thank you. And the weather wreaking havoc at SunFest, and not just today. Fans urged to take cover at one point, and one of the music's biggest names went on late. Another headliner forced to even cancel the show altogether. Tonight, CBS 12's Nyala Charles live in downtown West Palm Beach tonight with the latest. Nyala.
Well, one of the big acts, Tears for Fears, was canceled because its stage is completely flooded from all of the rain. Then the finale act, Keith Urban, was delayed for more than an hour after his flight from PBI was diverted to Miami, forcing him to have to drive up all the way here. All of this to blame on the bad weather. The storms at SunFest are bad news for everyone but this guy.
Rain ponchos, rain ponchos.
Many people left the concert, threw on their ponchos, and ran for cover under awnings to get away from the rain and lightning that interrupted the concert.
Standing here waiting for our ride, and it's just all wet.
I mean, we partied in the rain a little bit,
yeah,
but
we embrace it.
We're ready to go home and take a nap now.
Some chose to leave early, but this couple says the rain isn't going to get in the way of them having fun.
Don't mind a bit of rain. We're just going to go back to the car, dry off, and then go back for the concert.
After all, here in Florida, we know the weather can change in an instant.
This is a good festival. It's fun, and yeah, the rain doesn't stop it at all.
You can see cleanup is going on right now because of all those delays. SunFest ended a lot later than expected. In fact, a number of the people here say after 4 days of straight rain, the name should be changed to Rainfest instead. For now, reporting live from downtown West Palm Beach, Nyala Charles, CBS 12 News.
Who knows? They may take that into consideration, Nyala. Cell phone crooks, a big problem at SunFest once again this year. Police arresting the guy you see here. This is 34-year-old Gilberto Marrero from Miami. Arresting him last night for stealing two cell phones. Right now, he's out on bond on grand theft charges. Meantime, it is a second arrest this weekend. Cops cuffed this guy, Jose Torres, after they say he stole two phones on Friday. West Palm Beach police say in all, 48 phones lost or stolen. So far, though, only 2 returned. And no word right now if slick roads caused this accident. Look at this, involving a West Palm Beach police officer, happening earlier tonight on I-95 North near Gateway Boulevard. The good news here, that officer not injured. And a 13-year-old Indian River County student in big trouble with the law tonight. The 7th grader accused of, get this, threatening his school on social media. CBS 12's Madeline Montgomery tonight with more on that Snapchat threat.
The Indian River County Sheriff's Office confirms that a picture on Snapchat of guns with the caption "Ready for School Monday" has them on high alert. Deputies say the snap was posted by a Storm Grove Middle School student. CBS 12 spoke with Eric Flowers of the Sheriff's Office, who said he couldn't share details at this time because this is an active investigation. This investigation follows a threat at Vero Beach High School last week. Deputies arrested the student involved in that threat while the school went on lockdown. In Indian River County, Madeline Montgomery, CBS 12 News.
It is the third arrest in the last few weeks for social media threats made against Indian River County schools. This teen in custody tonight facing a felony charge of written threats to kill. No word yet back from the school district. New details tonight on a brutal stabbing that sent a Royal Palm Beach grandmother to the hospital. The woman attacked, cops say, by her own son. Ryan Gannott facing a judge this morning. There he is, charged with attempted first-degree murder with a deadly weapon. Deputies say he told them that he, quote, blacked out and didn't remember anything during this incident. Tonight he's behind bars. The judge denied him bond. His mother, meantime, survived. Last check tonight in critical condition. New tonight, a nonprofit Catholic organization that gives free schooling to low-income children in Haiti rejecting a $100,000 donation from New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft. Now, according to the Boston Globe, Patrick Moynihan, who heads up the Haitian project, said the last thing he wanted was Kraft's money. Now, Kraft, of course, charged with soliciting prostitution. Meantime, a judge now requiring Kraft to appear in a Palm Beach County courtroom later on this month. He's also set to appear in court May 21st. The trial set for May 27th, 6 days later. The New England Patriots owner accused of paying for sex 2 different times at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter. Happening tomorrow, Tiger Woods continuing to celebrate his big win at the Masters. The Jupiter Island resident heading to the White House. That's right, President Trump will award Woods with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. All this following Woods' 5th Masters title last month. That big smile. He'll become the 4th professional golfer to earn that honor. Meantime, the president also weighing in on the big controversy at the Kentucky Derby yesterday, tweeting, quote, "The Kentucky Derby decision was not a good one. It was a rough and tumble race on a wet and sloppy track. Actually, a beautiful thing to watch." Those are his words. Only in these days of political correctness, the president went on to say, could such an overturn occur. The best horse did not win the Kentucky Derby, not even close, end quote. And the Derby drama, the talk of the sports world, the horse that finished first disqualified a short time later. That's the first time it's happened in the Derby's 145-year history. A little later on in sports, we're going to hear from the Derby official who made that historic decision. And more recognition for the survivors of the Parkland School Massacre. That's Madonna. New song out, beginning with the voice of Emma Gonzalez. Now, before the pop icon starts singing in her I Rise video, you can hear Gonzalez in a line from her famed speech at the March for Our Lives rally saying, quote, "We call BS," end quote. Gonzalez was a student at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School when a gunman opened fire, killing 17 people last February. Since then, she's played a leading role in movements calling for gun legislation reform. Right now, an update to a story we first brought you last week. 58 dogs were told saved from death at Palm Beach County Animal Care and Control, all thanks to finding new homes. Officials putting out the urgent plea for adoptions Thursday after announcing they are at full capacity. Now, the shelter is offering free adoptions for dogs over 40 pounds until that number goes down.
It's a great feeling. Our mission is to pull them out of the kill shelters and foster them and give them medical aid if needed, train them, and then find them a home in South Florida.
And that guy gets to pick up his German Shepherd on Monday. Again, right now, adoptions are free for dogs 40 pounds and over, and that includes the dog being spayed or neutered, vaccinations, a microchip, as well as a rabies shot. And right now, an investigation underway after this. Look at this deadly scene happening in Russia. A commercial plane landing covered in flames. Passengers forced to jump from the front of the burning aircraft onto an inflatable slide, then staggering across the tarmac, if you will, and the grass after that emergency landing. Right now, officials say at least 40 people are dead. Look at this, right down the runway. 37 people survived. And in Jacksonville, the NTSB still investigating, trying to determine what caused this charter flight right there to skid off the runway into the St. Johns River late Friday night. The flight data recorder recovered, but so far they have not been able to get to the cockpit voice recorder. All 143 people on board that plane survived. Well, we're taking a look tonight at the double-edged sword of the nuclear industry. And more on that Derby drama. We're going to hear from the Kentucky Derby official who disqualified the winner.
The U.S.-Mexico border. Caravans. Controversy.
My job, find the truth, expose the economic and human cost, investigate the drug cartels exploiting the people and the system.
Award-winning investigative journalist Lara Logan joins CBS 12 News.
Join me as I explore the chaos, controversy, and consequences at the southern border.
Lara Logan investigates, Monday at 5:30 on CBS 12 News. CBS 12 News at 11.
A look now at our Sky Team 12 drone shot of the day. Beautiful as always. This video from Taylor Creek in Okeechobee County. And tonight, a hard look at the double-edged sword of the nuclear industry. Right now in the U.S., there are 60 commercially operating nuclear power plants in 30 states, but there's a problem. This clean source of energy comes with a staggering price tag. One after another planned project has run behind schedule and wildly over budget. Tonight, there's only one nuclear reactor project under construction in the U.S. right now, kept alive by billions in taxpayer dollars. Joyce Sturman takes us there to investigate the nuclear option.
Right here. Every time Steve Prenovitz looks at his monthly power bill, he gets angry.
You know, people are getting screwed.
This is the source of his anger, the Vogtle nuclear plant in Waynesboro, Georgia, operated by Georgia Power. Crews nearby are working on Vogtle's 2 new reactors. Reactors 3 and 4 are years behind schedule and more than a jaw-dropping $10 billion over budget so far. A seemingly bottomless pit supported by federal taxpayers and residents like Prenovitz.
A nuclear construction cost recovery.
His bill includes an extra monthly charge for nuclear construction.
And what's the danger of passing on the responsibility and the cost to the ratepayer?
Well, danger for who? For the company, no danger. You know, hey, the more they screw up, the more money they make.
The $14 billion budget has swelled to more than $27 billion as problems have stacked up, including inexperienced contractors, auction flaws, and the of its original contractor, Westinghouse. But the troubled Vogtle project has a key source of support. Tim Eccles is vice chairman of the Georgia Public Service Commission, which regulates utilities. The commission greenlighted customer fees to keep the project moving.
Why do I believe that this is the best path forward? Because Units 1 and Units 2 that were built in 1987 and 1989 on that very same plant site, they went over budget as well. But now, what is that? It is the cheapest energy in our state, and I believe Vogtle 3 and 4 will be that one day as well.
Greg Yatsko insists that continuing to fund the Vogtle project is throwing good money after bad. He once headed the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the powerful federal agency that oversees all nuclear activity in the U.S. He opposed construction of Vogtle 3 and 4.
Do you view nuclear power as essential to our power grid at this point?
Not at all. I think we have many, many alternatives.
Should we pull the plug on it as a whole?
I think the answer is yes. I mean, I think the answer is we should have pulled the plug 5 years ago.
2007, 2010, 30 nuclear projects were in design and construction. Every one of them was halted before completion, except Plant Vogtle Reactors 3 and 4. For now, the future of nuclear power in the U.S. hangs on Waynesboro, Georgia, and the fees paid by people like Prenovitz, keeping Vogtle's new reactors on life support. For Full Measure, I'm Josie Sturman.
All right, we go back to weather tonight, Michael. You know, at 1, 2, 3, 4 days of rain at Sunfest.
Yeah,
storms.
Crazy. The worst kind of timing there, Paul. You know, kudos to the fans for sticking it out. Of course, we had the cancellation of Tears for Fears.
Right.
Everything pushed back. Fireworks pushed back till 10:30.
So now that the weekend and all that rain and some sun is over, the big question, the all-important work week forecast.
Yeah, I still think an active day tomorrow, Paul. In fact, they raised the rain chances to 60%.
Boy.
Yeah, according to new model guidance out there. We're still in that summer-like pattern with morning sun and afternoon storms. And speaking of the storms, these are all icons from severe storms that we had this afternoon. As an example, in the acreage, a train spotter reported downed trees with 45 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts at 4:25 this afternoon. Jensen Beach right here, the report of a water spout offshore at 4 p.m. Out there at the J&S Fish Camp in far western Palm Beach County, a tree fell and damaged 2 cars at 3:25. And on Vero Beach, we saw a thunderstorm wind gusts of 52 miles an hour there at the Vero Beach Airport. Fortunately, again, we are dried out right now in radar. Don't expect any rain for the rest of tonight. However, tomorrow we do have a weak cool front now over North Florida. This will slide into South Florida. The southerly winds bringing in moisture, the sun heating things up. Another recipe, I think, for an active afternoon and evening. Right now, West Palm at 74. We're not going anywhere. We're rain cool. The temperature will stay there, I think, for the rest of tonight. And out the door tomorrow morning, as you're heading to work or school on your commute, sun is up at 6:39. It'll be mild and partly sunny with temperatures 70 to 75. But by about 2 p.m., notice showers and storms pop up first on the Treasure Coast. Just like they did today, we go ahead to 4. You see them popping up in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. There's a commute from Martin County down to the Delray and Boca Raton area. It could be a slow Monday evening commute home, and then things dry up during the evening hours. And even on Tuesday now, the models still want to paint some showers and storms. However, they might be moving inland during the late afternoon and early evening hours. So with the storms over the next few days, still a very high possibility of heavy downpours, frequent and dangerous lightning. Boy, we saw it today, didn't we? Strong wind gusts of 40 to 50, and that small possibility of some hail as well. Rain chances, though, will be on the downturn. 60% tomorrow, 40% Tuesday, and then much lower, drier air with lots of sunshine for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Boy, it's going to be hot ahead of the storms tomorrow. About 90 inland in Wellington and Belle Glade, Boca 87, Lake Worth 88, North County, upper 80s coast, about 90 inland. And for those of you in the Treasure Coast, you will be in the mid to upper 80s as well. Beach hazards tomorrow. Rip current risks will be high, wind, waves, and rain with the afternoon storm activity. With the winds, gusty times, but not nearly as gusty as they were during the early part of last week. All right, forecast for the rest of tonight, quiet, partly cloudy, mild, muggy, the low 74. Tomorrow, we start your day with sun. We end with more afternoon storms, again, locally heavy in spots. So carry that umbrella for the late afternoon commute with a high of 88. 7-day forecast, where your weekend's always in view. We slowly try to dry it out here. 40% storm chance Tuesday, 20% Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mother's Day weekend coming up next weekend. Right now looking pretty decent, partly sunny with only a 30% chance for just a spotty shower storm. Enjoy your week.
Have to make those mothers happy, of course. Michael, thank you. Up next in sports, we're going to talk more about that Derby drama. Tonight we're hearing from the official who made the call to disqualify the winner. Sports anchor Anna Logan finds out why. That's next.